Hi people, I've been watching some Illuminati stuff, and with the coming elections that are going on in America, etc. A lot of things have come up about the Illuminati and the Jewish feel. Okay, so I just wanted to sum something up, but it's going to be not as complicated as it is. So you need to do some research on top of it. But who are the Illuminati? Okay, let's put aside colour, religion, where you come from, anything, any kind of category that you're put in, right? Let's just think of us as humans, okay? Now, a ring of humans are involved, okay? As well as a ring of we're positive, sort of like, naturally quite positive, and people naturally, unless you've been through some things in your life that have made you a bit sort of emotionally unstable, whatever reasons, you know, abuse or whatever when you're younger, normally most people like to do good in the world and be nice to people. But there are a small selection of people who get off on other people's misfortunes. And there are the other kind of people who, if they're shown money, which most of us have been like that at some point, would do it. Because it's a selfish gain, okay? Now, I see us as positive human beings. Now, I have a belief that negative human beings, probably not even human beings, they could be reptilians like Mr. Ike says, I don't think that's that far-fetched, to be honest, are at the top of this pyramid, right? And like in a business, like in a corporation, at the top you have the board, and in the middle you have the management, and at the bottom you have the operation. Now, the people at the bottom of the pyramid know all about how the operation works, you know, the actual labour side of it, and you have like your store managers and your shift managers. Then above that you have your area managers and whatever else, who I think it's tactical, it's either there's tactical and strategic, and I can't remember which round it is. They do the management there, and they pass down what they're told from above to tell the people down the bottom. And then you've got the board at the top who have an agenda. Every company has an agenda to successfully data focus customer service, you know, that crap that they usually come out of. Now the board could come up with a brain tank sort of think idea, which, you know, to improve their agenda, and they say to the middle management, make this agenda work. Whether it fits in with the operation or not, just make it work. And kind of that's how the Illuminati are. At the top level, where the all-seeing eye is, where the board is, I don't think it's solely of human. Yeah, I think that's something that we will find out eventually, but I don't think the people right at the top of this pyramid you ever see them, okay? Then you've got the middle management. Now the middle management to me is kind of the 13 bloodlines that interbreed with each other and and kind of keep money in their families, etc, etc. And they seem to be people who don't have any emotional feelings towards other people being hurt due to their selfish money laundering, if you like. No, not money laundering, due to their selfish gain, right? So 9 out of 10 times these are the elite, these are the rich people who don't care that someone's had their leg chopped off as long as they've got 50 grand for consulting, whatever, you know. They don't have no emotional attachment. And some people at that level, not all, but some people at that level get off on other people's misfortunes, and I think that's probably the top ring that we see in the media, etc. Now, unfortunately, all the other big corporations that give us food and supply us our oil and supply us our media and our television, sorry, same difference I suppose in some respect, they're all operated like how the telly works. The telly is sponsored by massive corporations, and basically if the news or the TV show something that is not going to help the corporation that's sponsoring it, i.e. if they sell like sweets with like E129 in or 127 in, which is banned, it's not very good, I think it's 127, and the news report that this corporation puts this in their food, then they're their sponsorship. So they're sort of like take their sponsorship away, and lots of media channels are threatened by that. In the UK we have a channel called BBC, which is actually owned by the government. So it's like a government TV channel, as well as we have other sources, which is owned by different corporations. So you get a different feel sometimes in England, but it's still a load of shit. Same with the radio, etc. But this middle management is our problem, and I don't think they're any religion particularly, any race particularly, any... they're just, you know, human beings that are... they've interbred, if you like. But at the same time, I don't think... it's difficult to say, really. Let me just cut and think. We need to cast aside the different religions, the different race, the different nationality, all that, and think of, yeah, they practice dark magic, witchcraft, the Kalahabala, whatever it is, which is tarred off as being something Jews do. Now, I think you should just forget that and just think of the actual signs and symbols that they put everywhere, right? Whether they're sign of David, or whether they're bloody a pyramid, or they're you know, an Egyptian sign. It doesn't matter what they are, you know. You know the signs, so you know where them people are. But I kind of can't put things in boxes anymore. It's like got to the point where I'm positive, they're negative, and I need to be positive in order to bring down the negativity. And I think luckily lots of mankind are waking up to it. But that's just a simple version, or my version, of way of sort of kind of explaining the management system. See, because the education system, if you repeat, you get an A, so therefore you get a degree in the end. So then you get put into a position of maybe potential power, and if you cause them no problem, you go higher and higher and higher, until, if you're always saying yes, because you say yes to things you're learnt or taught. If you're at school and you're taught something and you could think to yourself, well, actually I don't think it should be done like that, and you told a teacher that, and then submitted your exam like that, you would get marked down for that, even though that your way might work as efficiently as the way you've been taught. And it's not until you get into your job that you may do that, and if you do that and it's not what the company wants, then you'll get demoted, etc. Things like that. It's all from like when you're 5 years old all the way up to sort of like, you know, even from like when you're born, isn't it? You're like given injections, what they're called, and things that stop you getting polio or whatever else. You're given all this crap in your body before you start, and then you get chemicals daily in your food. You're hypnotised by the telly every day into a brain-numbingly mind. And I wonder people are like that. No one reads anymore. No one sort of... I have to research. I have to know. I've always had this problem. And but yeah, positiveness. Look it up. Look up more if you... It might have helped you, this. I don't know. It might have just been a complete ramble. But I just felt the need to say it.